All right, test. Can you hear me? I think the bar is going, so I think it's working now. But in case the microphone's still not working, please let me know. I'm sorry about this this thing happening. For some reason, looks like every time a PC restarts by itself, then the setting becomes default, and I have to manually set this microphone to this software. But I'm sure it's okay now. Yeah, yes, you can hear. Okay, great. Okay, perfect. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah, it's so helpful. Okay, so once again, thank you for joining on today's live stream. This is the 14th of May, 2022 on Saturday. So I hope you're having a great weekend today. So on Saturdays, markets are closed, so I usually do some free discussion about some psychology topics. And today, as the title says, today's main topic is trade as if you have no positions. So based on this topic, let's discuss some psychology or some other related topics today. Okay, but before starting here, as a quick disclaimer, as usual, this content is basically based on my own experience knowledge. So when you take trades, please do at your own risk. And also, since it's live, if you can please follow the rules and guidelines, that would be great. Because after all, we're all here to learn. And recently, there are so many scam and fake accounts of mine using my name and creating some fake accounts. So please be careful. I have no Telegram, no Instagram, no Facebook, and no direct messages on social media. So yeah, let me say hi to everyone and start some free talk on Saturday. But yeah, every Saturdays and Sundays I'm quite busy, and I make myself busy on the weekends because even if I go outside, there are many people. So back in Japan also, I'm in Dubai right now, but back when I was in Japan also, I don't prefer to go out in the weekends. So what I do is I do the live, I do the Ichimoku membership live, I do the GTS, but besides that, I do read books and also I backtest just to practice and try to find a way to improve my trades, improve my strategies. I backtest and also to remember my sense of trades, sense of entries and exits, and overall market situations so that I can get ready to take trades next week. So basically that's what I do over the weekends. But yeah, so today I did my well, actually in the morning I was reviewing some of my trades in the past, and also yeah, quickly read some books. I was reading the Trading in Zone by Mark Douglas again this morning. Always it's a learning. So I read this, and then I watch some animes, and I do my hobbies like playing the violin, practice it, or yeah, just spend my good time, and then did the GTS, and then here I am. And this is like my routine every weekend. So yeah, I hope you're having a great weekend as well. So let me see who's here. Let me say hi to everyone quickly. All right, Buddha, thank you for joining. And Gabby, good to see you. Welcome back here. Thank you for joining. All right, Kevin, also good to see you here. And Kalmet, thank you for joining from Myanmar. Name, good to see you too. Libor. All right, Oscar, thank you for joining as well. Great to see you. And Melanie also, thank you for joining. Austin, The Wise, Henley, Richard, I am. Thank you for joining as well. Great to see you here. Okay, good to see you. Thank you for joining. All right. E2, Holman, and Marco, Veronica, and Dao. Good to see you too. Thank you for joining as well. Yeah, it's amazing that there are many members here. Although this is Saturday, thank you for joining and support my channel as always. All right, MK, TSAM, and Sarosh, Hawao. Good to see you. And I can't pronounce some of the names, but thank you for joining to everyone in the community now. So yeah, so basically that's what I do over the weekends. And today's topic is, as the title says again, trades as if you have no positions. And this word is actually from Goichi Hosoda. And Goichi Hosoda is the original creator of Ichimoku. And he actually said this in the book. And I like the phrase, trades as if you have no positions. Because from the moment when you took the trades, when you took the positions, you get biased for the markets. If you have no positions, then you can sit back, relax, and just enjoy. The market goes up and down. But as soon as you take the trade, you hope that the market goes up or down towards your direction. And especially not only when you took the trades, but also for exits, you get bias also. So it's hard. It's hard to trade as if you have no positions. But I will give you some tips of how you can do this, how you can have that mindset in today's life. Yeah, thank you for joining. Great to see you here. Yeah, so when you trade, do you mind your position? Is my first question. Do you think about your positions when you take the trades? Please be honest. Oh, hold on. Let me take a vote. Here, there's a vote function. When you take a trade, do you think of your positions while holding? Is my question? And that will be yes or no question. So let me post it on the chat. Okay, so now it's posted. Again, my question is, when you take the trade, do you think of your positions while holding? So if yes, please click yes. If no, please click no. Because I want to see some stats here in the community. All right. Yeah, thank you for joining, everybody. Great to see you. Yeah, Trading in the Zone is a great book. Yep. Yeah, I read it over 5 times or six times. But every time I learn something new. So this is very significant. Yep. All right. Yeah, thank you for joining, everybody. Great to see you here. Okay. Yeah, Chu, thank you for joining. And Muhammad, Dao, and Tony, good to see you too. Richard says, I'm winning. The emoji says, I'm winning, so that's good news. All right, Kaki and Nalin also, thank you for joining as well. Adrian, good to see you too. Thank you for joining. All right, Tess also, good to see you. Sorry, I missed your name. I miss calling your name because there are so many chat members in the chat. So sorry if I miss your name. But thank you for joining. I appreciate all single members here in the community. Okay, I see some comments here. Yes, yes. Soresh says, I care about my trades and think of my positions. Okay, okay. Tess says, yes, that's why I take the trade. Okay. Don't lie, Chad. We all think about it. Okay. Melanie also says yes. Tony says yes. Kaki says yes. 416 straight says, sometimes I will forget and then check quickly. Okay. So there are times when you can forget and when you shouldn't forget the positions. Maybe you know the answer already. So I will talk about that also in a minute. But for now, let me check some other comments. Richard says, if no, then you must be already swimming in money. Okay? Okay. So Roy says, I get stressed when the market goes backwards. Okay. Yeah, it's stressful. Yeah, because you lose when the market goes backwards. So it can be stressful. Noel says, yes, repeating the confirmations in my head. Okay. All right. Usually, when I take the trade, it goes other direction. Oh, is that right? That's because the market is watching you. The market is very mean. He is very mean, and he's watching you. And every time you enter the trades, he thinks that he wants you to lose, and that's why it goes backwards. It's very simple. Yeah. But that's a psychology. That's emotion and psychology. Actually, it's not, but you think it is. Okay, so let me close the poll. I will click end the poll and let me see some stats. Okay, so yes. So my question was, when you take the trade, do you think of your positions while holding? And yes, 89%, no, 10%. Okay, so that's a good stats. So almost 90% of the members here care about your positions and think about your positions while holding them. Okay, so today's topic again is trade as if you have no positions. And how you can do this, how you can have that emotional state or psychology state is very simple. It's very simple. The answer is you can forget about the positions if it's okay to lose, is my answer. If it's okay to lose, then you can relax and see charts and trades as if you have no positions. But when it becomes okay to lose, because we are all here to make profits, and we are all here to change your life in a bigger picture. And that's why you are all here for any reasons to make profits and live better and support your family or friends or yourself. That's why. So in this mindset, you can't lose. You think that losses are bad, wins are good. And if you keep this state of mind, losses can be very stressful and it can be very discouraging. But if it's okay to lose, then of course you have no stress even if you lose. So, and there are two conditions when you think that the losses are okay. Well, actually, this is based on my experience, so it may not apply to everyone. But in my experience, I don't care about the losses if my account is very small. Then I think it's okay to lose because it's just a practice and process. I can practice with the real money that is okay to lose, and then I just keep going in that way, and then eventually I can win. And that's a lesson. Like you pay for the lesson and you take trades in that mindset. If you have that mindset and trade with the real money, then believe it or not, your losses will be very small and you start to win the markets. So that's actually one of the very important change in the mindset. So in the previous video or lives, I used to say you have to have two wallets. One wallet for living and one wallet for trading. And you never mix up these two wallets together. And most of the cases, you feel pain and stress in losses because you are trading with the living money. You are trading with the living account for living. But make sure you separate these. So let's say your monthly expense is, let's say $3,000, and then your income is, let's say $4,000, and then you have $1,000 every month. And in the $1,000, never take the whole 1,000, but divide it into 2 or 3. That will be 300 or 500, and then take trades with that money. So that, and when you take, let's say when you take $500 in that situation, then you will feel less stress, and you can take trades as if you have no positions because it's okay to lose. And you just do this every month with consistency and discipline, and then you can start to win from 500 to 550, 10% return, and then another 10% return on the next month, and then you can keep compounding this 500 without withdrawing the money. And this is the safest way to increase your account. So that's one of the ways how you can deal with the stress in the loss, and also how to trade as if you have no positions. And the second topic, or second way, or second, how to say, like mindset, is that you trade with the risk management. If you know how much you're gonna lose on the trade with the worst case scenario, then you can also relax than without knowing how much you're gonna lose on the trade. So that's why I say risk management becomes very important. Every time I enter markets, I take only 2% to stop loss. I take no more 2%, no more than 2% to stop loss. So even if the market goes backwards for any reasons, if I see no big news in the markets, I take a trade, and in 5-10 minutes, it may go backwards in I wave, or one single candlestick in 5 minutes, it just goes backwards 30 pips, 40 pips, and it may hit the stop loss. In that case, I can't exit before the price hit the stop loss, but I know I will lose 2%, and that is very small for me. So second rule is, if losses are acceptable to you per trade, then you can trade as if you have no positions. So these two. So again, one is you have to have two wallets. So the wallet for living and wallet for trade. And you never touch the wallet for living is important. And also the wallet for trading, you divide it into 3 or 2 and trade only with that amount, so that it becomes okay to lose the whole account. And then you have to have risk management skill. That's the second rule. And calculate the loss percentage to stop loss, so that you can expect, you may not expect how much profit you make, but at least you can expect how much you're going to lose as worst case scenario to stop loss 2%, and that will make you feel more comfortable than without knowing how much you're going to lose in the trade. So yeah, these are the two ways to trade as if you have no positions. But even so, even if I say this, let's say if you lose 500, 1,000 out of 4,000, income monthly basis, you may start to feel worried because it may happen next month again, or next month again. You may keep losing every month. Or even if you lose 2% per trade, if it becomes 3 times, that will be 6%. If it happens 10 times, then that will be 20% drawdown. And you may start to feel worried. So these two are both very important. You can't really take one, but you have to take these two wallets ideas and also 2% risk per trade. Then you should be safe ecologically. And also you can always come back to the demo trades, or you can always practice with a tester, Forex Tester, and run the tester, and also practice along the way. I think these are also very important. Markets are all about the patterns after all. If you see the patterns of losing, then you can stop yourself from taking it on the next trade. Let's say every time you lose with the double top reverse, if you take a sell, then the market goes backwards. If you tend to have these losing patterns, then next time never take the double top confirmation, but you take the other confirmations and take trades. So we can all learn from our mistakes. Please face your own mistakes, because we are all here to make mistakes, and no one is perfect here. So I also make losses, and I always also make mistakes. But by keep improving on what you do, then you may still not be able to make profits, but you start not to lose. And this process is more important than just keep winning the markets. I think based on my experience, I thought if I become good at trading, then I thought I will start to make profits soon. And there are some lucky trades, and I made some profits. But in the long run, in my experience, the first stage was to become break-even trades. And what I mean by break-even is break-even for 3 months. So in the 3 months, you may lose, you may win, but these wins and losses are very small. And in average, that's break-even for 3 months to 6 months. You may have that if you are becoming good at risk management. And then once you know how to manage the risk per trade and how to lose correctly, then afterwards you start to win the trades, win the markets. So that's the process based on my experience. And this is just like riding a bicycle. Like when you ride a bicycle first time, I was actually riding a bicycle first time when I was maybe 7 years old or 6 years old. My father bought me this small, very small bicycle, and I was so excited, and I just took a ride, and I fell. I tripped over, and I hurt my arms. I still have that wound here on my arm. You can actually see that still from my 6 years old bicycle. So this is lasting forever. But it was my mistake that I didn't listen to my father and just took a chance and tried to ride it and failed. And then my father came to me and put these like side wheels. I don't know how to say, but side wheels in the back wheel. There are 2 wheels, extra 2 wheels so that you don't trip over. So my father put these 2 wheels, and then I was able to practice afterwards. I had no fear afterwards because I don't trip over anymore, and I don't hurt myself anymore. But before that, I was simply excited and jump into the bicycle and trip over. So that was my mistake. Looking back, that was my mistake. But I think same is true in trading. Yeah. Oh, it's called training wheels. Okay, training wheels, right. So, you know, the two little wheels in the back so that you don't trip over. Yeah. So, yeah. So that's why, you know, you have to, you never jump into market without knowing the knowledge, without having experience. Trading is very easy to do, but difficult to keep doing and difficult to make profits. Because if you think about it, everyone can trade in the world. As long as they have PC or mobile and account, trading account, and if you know how to press buy, how to press sell buttons, then you can trade. So technically, you can trade and anyone can trade. So I would say the hurdle is very low to get involved in this trading world. Unlike lawyers or doctors or you know, other jobs, teachers also, you have to have some qualifications, and to get the qualification certificate, you have to study a lot, you have to learn a lot and pass exams, then finally become the one. But in trading, it's not the case. It's not. Anyone can trade technically. Whether it's a demo account, real account, anyone can trade. And this is why it's making it difficult to make profits, in my opinion. So yeah, that's also one of the things. And also what makes it difficult to make profit is that we think difficult in trading. When it comes to trading, when it comes to charts, we think difficult. However, the market is very simple. When you think about it, it's just up or down or range. That's it. It's either one of these three. So your winning ratio should be 33.3% because it's either up or down or range. Or more clearly speaking, it's either up or down. If it's range, you know, later it will break towards either direction. So if you take out the range, that's either up or down. Very simple. It's either one of these two. So your win rate should be 50%. But some people have 30%, 20%, or even if you have above 50%, you are break even or you still lose. So that's actually because that is because that's us that's making things difficult to think about. And as I always say, we have to be practical in trading. So no matter how much knowledge you have in trading, in the news, in terms of the Ichimoku Kinko, price action, risk management, history of the trades, history of Forex, or the knowledge of USD currency, what's happening between US and the world, Japan, or Europe, any countries, it doesn't really, make difference. Oh yeah, I can make full screen, sure. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to do that. Okay, you can see my face clearly now. So yeah, even if you have these knowledge, it doesn't relate to the profits. That's also true. And as I always say, we're not here to become a indicator professional. We're not here. But we are here to make profits, right? We are here to make profits and to trade practically, where to enter, where to exit, consistency. So in that sense, you don't have to have a deep knowledge about the strategies, but more you have to be, after you take all this knowledge, because knowledge is important, you have to have knowledge, at least the basics. But once you acquire these basic knowledges, then you can simplify the process. Because after all, market is either up or down. That's it. It's very simple. And also, in terms of risk management, in terms of trading as if you have no positions, you can become the one after you set the break-even line. Because after you set the break-even line, even the market goes backwards, you don't lose. So you can be safe. So for me, trading is, I have been trading for the last 9 years, and first 2 years were losses or break-even, and from the third year onwards, I started to make profits. But yeah, I think it's either up or down, very simple. And sorry, how do you say, like my trading goal, after I took the trade, my goal is to set the break even. Yeah, let's put it this way. My goal in trading is until I set the break even line. Because afterwards, I don't lose. If the market still goes towards my direction, then that will be profit. But if the market goes backwards, then that will be break even. I don't lose. So it's either break even or win game. And every time I want to trade and I aim to trade either break even or win game, and that's why I can, make profits every month, and I can make this as a main source of income in my life. Yeah, but if I still always think to make profits all my trades, then I won't be profitable in the long run. I won't be profitable every month. It will be impossible because I miss the mindset of non-losing and the break-even. And yeah, I won't be safe psychologically if I still look for the winning trades every time. So the losses are the part of the process, but it becomes a part of the process when you learn from the losses. If you don't learn from your own losses, then losses are just losses, and it may become painful. And yeah, you may have stress or a pain in psychology. Yeah, I say this because I used to lose a lot. In the first year was the nightmare. After I quit my job, became full-time first year, and I changed my strategy. And that was my poor decision. I changed my strategy from when I was using it when I was working full-time. I changed it a little bit because I have more screen time after I quit the job. I can literally monitor the charts 24 hours. And I changed my strategies to be able to take more trades per day. So, and as a result, that was a loss. So the 3 months to 6 months, I lost it. And yeah, I got depression afterwards. And that was a very painful time because I was full-time and I quit my job. I quit my stable income. So I was actually holding some properties in Japan and also doing some businesses. However, the quitting job was very stressful for me because the social status of the traders in Japan are low. So, for example, I can't change my apartment. If I want to move to the other apartment in Japan, I have to be a full-time worker. Otherwise, I have no credit and I can't leave the other apartments, for example. Or the health insurance type will be different. I have to pay more insurance fees after becoming full-time trader. Because if I'm in a company, then I have these insurance, company insurance, social insurance, and also like retirement plans, like 401k in the US, like retirement plans I was in. But after I quit it, I have to manage all these myself. So that was also a big difference. And that's why I was still working full-time, but I decided to quit and become full-time, and then lost the first 6 months. So that was very stressful for me. So, but back then I didn't know, I didn't really care about the risk management, and I didn't really study how to put the stop loss, where to put the stop loss, because all I care was the market goes towards my direction. If it doesn't, then I would still keep holding. It may go backwards and break my position and goes down. I may have losses, but soon in the future, it may go up, right? It may go up above the position. So I thought stop losses is not really good, because if I have the stop loss, and if the price hits the stop loss, then I will fix the profit, fix the loss, and I can't take losses. I don't want to take losses, and that's why I didn't put the stop losses back then. But that was also a very a big mistake for me. And then I lost the account. My stop loss was actually the 0 account. That was my stop loss. So I lost it, and I lost $10,000 account, and I recreated another $10,000 account. But no luck, I lost 50%, and then came back to the demo account and restudied my own trading style. I was only using the candlesticks. Afterwards, after I lost it in back demo account, I was only studying the price actions, candlesticks, and all the basics. And afterwards, and also stop loss. For stop loss management, I started to learn. And then afterwards, I started to make profits finally. Gradually, but surely, I made profits every year. So yeah, so coming back to the original topic, trade as if you have no positions. You have to have 2 wallets. So one, you have to have a wallet for living, and the other one, the wallet for trading. And never mix up these 2 wallets together. Yeah, if you still trade from your living wallet, then I recommend you to quit and at least save some money. Save like 500 or 1000 USD, and then trade with that money. But you have to have still living money on the side, so that even if you lose this trading money, you can still live. You can still support yourself, your family. That's also very important. Yeah, if you lost all this money, then you have to quit the trading and save some money by working, and then save some money also for trading only, and only trade with this money. If not, then simply practice with the demo account until you have the trading account. Yeah, I tell you all this because this is based on my experience, and I don't want you to walk as the same pathway as I did, because it was very painful, and I got depression, and I had to take medicine to cure my depression, and that was very, very difficult to do. So yeah, but anyways, so 2 wallets, right? And then you have to calculate the risk per trade to stop loss. It should be 2% of your account. So that's also the very key success, because for me, right? At least for me, I love trading. I love trading not just because I can make profits, just because I can be free. I can be freely go anywhere in the world, and I can do whatever I want to do in any places. And that's why I chose Forex to do. And I never gave up, actually. I never gave up. Although my father says it's gambling, my colleagues, my friends also said it's gambling, but I never quit. I never gave hope. And I never gave up hope. And I keep doing it. And that's why I think I became successful. But I also didn't think to make big profits in one or two single trades. I never think like that. But rather, I want to be consistent on what I do. And I was always thinking how to make this trading as my life work. Let's say I make $1 million tomorrow on good luck. But if I lose 1 million, then what should I do next? I have no skills, no backgrounds. I quit my job. So that will be a big fear. You have to keep using your account, your saving account, which has 1 million. Then you have to keep using it without increasing it. And then if I have 1 million, then I might be investing on some other services or properties or businesses. I'm not sure, but I can lose quickly in that way. So psychologically, it's not really good because you can only eat up these 1 million, and there's always a fear of losing, of decreasing the account amount. But if I can be consistently profit in the Forex every month, every year, then that's much better than taking one single big win, because it's more stable income. It's more psychologically healthy, emotionally healthy, and also I can keep trading whenever and wherever I am. If I have only PC and secure internet, technically I can trade anywhere, and that's why I chose this Forex as my life work. So, and it's possible, actually. It's possible to do, and that's why I started to share my knowledge in the YouTube, and here I am. So yeah, but it's not a easy journey, that's for sure. It's not easy. It's not easy in the sense that you have to be consistent, and you have to first create your own rules for entries and exits, and you have to follow no matter what. There might be some difficult times, not always easy times. There might be some difficult times like weather. We might have some sunny days, but you may have some rains. You may have some cloudy days. You may have some snow, and weather changes. So the market changes, weather changes, and our profit and losses also changes. So it's not really stable. Stable income. If you want to have a stable income in your life, then I don't recommend trading. I never recommend trading. You have to have stable income, and then you have to save some money for trading, and you better do this as a side business, is my recommendation. Yeah, but if you have some stable stats on a yearly basis, or if you have like 100 trades and get some good stats, like profit factor above 5, and drawdown per trade will be less than 3%, then you can choose yourself to become a full-time trader. You can practice and become a full-time trader. But even so, we never know what's going to happen next. What's going to happen next week or next month, next year in the markets. It may be range the whole year. We never know. We haven't experienced that before in the Forex pairs whole time range, like 1 month or 6 months range. We never experienced that. And that's why my strategy works, because it trends up and down every month, at least. But if the market becomes range 6 months the whole time or 1 year the whole time, if I see daily chart, Ichimoku is flat, and 4-hour chart, Ichimoku also flat, weekly is also flat, then I can't use my strategy anymore. And I have to change my strategy. So far, my strategy has been working, and that's why I simply use it. As long as it works, I use it. But on the other side, I always think that it may not work tomorrow. It may not work next week or next month. And that's why I might not change my strategies by looking back my own trades, especially losses, and I look for the patterns of losing. And then I might not change my entries or exits. So yeah, even if you can become profitable this month, it doesn't mean that you become profitable next month or next year. That's for sure. So that's why you have to have very, you have to keep studying and keep improving your trades over time. Yeah, never be overconfident. Never stop learning. Never stop practicing. Then you should be fine. Yeah, so I run the tester still nowadays. I still run the tester and backtest my own strategy because I want to be able to trade whenever I see any chance in the markets. So it's like, I think it's like practice like athletes. Athletes do play their sports with the practice. No athletes play sports without practice. So we always have to practice. We always to practice on the entries and exits. Sometimes I intentionally take the reversing markets in the past. In a Forex Tester, let's say I will pick the 2015 Euro USD, and I pick only the retracing timings in the 4-hour chart or the daily chart. And then I enter before the retracement happens, and then it will retrace backwards, and I will look into myself if I can lose correctly. I always do that actually. I don't always practice to make profits, but also I practice to lose correctly by the tester, so that when it really happens in the market, then I can lose correctly. But without this practice, you may not know when to lose, when to fix the loss. Your emotion may be fight. In your brain, you may have two yourself. One is angel, one is devil. And the angel says, well, I don't know which way is the angel, but one of you says you keep holding. The other says you have to cut the loss, and you always fight. And while you're here and fighting, the market just goes and hit the stop loss. So you have to make the decision quickly. But in order to make a decision quickly and also, get exact losing timing, you have to practice. Otherwise, yeah, there is no chance. Yeah. So this is my little story about how I practice on the previous charts. But yeah, coming back to topic today, again, it's trade as if you have no positions. And this is the word from Goichi Hosoda. He says, trade as if you have no positions and surrender to the market. So we have to trade to make profits, but we can't put our emotion too much in the markets or to our positions. So if you can expect some outcome or of losing trades or winning profits, then you can just relax and enjoy the market going, and also you can just relax. One last thing I want to talk about is the concept of the driver and also the destination and passenger, because we always think that we are the driver of our life, we are the driver of the trades, but actually it's not true. The drivers are the strategies. It's a strategy. So which one is you? Are you the car itself? Are you the passenger? And in my opinion, you are the passenger. So you don't have to tell the driver which way to go, which road to take, because the driver knows which way to go. He knows the best road to take to get to the destination. But sometimes passenger says, okay, driver, it's not the way, just turn right, turn left, go straight, go faster, go slowly. The passenger yells to the driver and he orders these these roads, the routes, and it may delay, or it may go into like bush, or it may go into some rocks and your body might damage. And so in this reason, the strategy is important, and also the trust to strategy is also important. And after you build a good strategy, then simply you just follow. You just follow, sit down and relax in the back seat and enjoy the scene outside. It may rain, it may snow, it may be sunny on the outside the window, but you just enjoy the the scene going. And that's all we can do. We can't manage the charts, we can't manage the direction of the markets. So please focus on the things we can manage, which are where to buy, where to sell, where to put the stop loss, and where to take profit, and also how much risk per trade you take. You can manage these things, but you can't manage the directions. So yeah, please never spend time to predict to the future markets. And that's why Ichimoku says we have to see charts as of now. And that's all we can do. We have to understand the situation of the market as of now without predicting the future, without trying to see the future situations. If you can understand correctly about the current situation as of now, then you can forecast the future markets. You can logically build the scenarios to the future markets, and that's the only way you can make profits in the long run. So that was a bit of a talk today. So I guess I will be ending live in about 2 minutes and switch to Ichimoku member live. But yeah, I thought this is important topic to talk about, so that's why I just wanted to pick that title. So trade as if you have no positions. It's difficult if you are too much focused on the profits and losses, but if you start to be relaxed and if you start to focus more in discipline, then I think things will be much easier for everybody, and that's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, when I was focusing only profits and losses, it was difficult. But if I start to focus more on the pips and numbers of a drawdown and the profit factor and win rate, then things became much easier. And I think this is it's necessary to make profits after all. So yeah, thank you for watching until the end, and I hope you have a great weekend. and I will see you on the next one. So until then, please stay healthy and stay safe and stay gold. All right. Bye for now, everyone. またね. Thank you.